Hello, everybody, and welcome to video number 3 of our YouTube mini series on how to launch successfully. I am Naomi, and I'm a content marketing strategist. And
hi, I'm Carol, and I'm an ops and implementation support specialist.
And today, this is my favorite one. Content and visibility is what I talk about all the time, and it can feel like you are banging the same old drum throughout this launch, and it can get very boring. But we're remembering that not everyone sees us. Carol, content and visibility, right? That's a lot, isn't it? Sometimes it can be really fun though.
Absolutely, yeah. The whole launch process can be so much fun. And yeah, with the visibility as well. What a great way to meet new people. You're speaking to more people. You're bringing more people into your audience, and what a fantastic way to find out exactly what it is that your audience needs, bringing new people into your world through doing your content and making yourself more visible. So yeah, I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is, like we've said throughout this series, this is so much more than the bottom line sales you get from your actual launch or whatever it is you're saying, because this is a long-term strategy for your business. People might not buy what you're offering at this stage, but it doesn't mean they're not going to buy from you in the future. So this is a really, really great opportunity to grow your audiences. Launching really helps grow that audience, really helps build that momentum. Not everyone's ready to buy straight away, particularly if this is the first launch you've ever done of this particular service or product. Sometimes they need more time to think about it. That's okay. But what we want to do is really take advantage of all those little light bulb moments, not only we have, but other people have. And that is all the great news. Throughout launches, you create future content for your business. You can gain so much more because we are going to get a real focused insight into our ideal clients throughout this process. It gives us a real understanding of their behaviors, their actions, the problems they're having, the problems they don't realize they have, what they're experiencing. So we learn so much. This is a very much a learning process. Every launch I've done, and I don't know about you, Carol, it's been learning. I've learned more and more about my own audience. I've learned more about myself, and you get a little bit more value, return on experience, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it really is. I don't think there can ever be a failed launch. I really don't, because as you say, everything is all a learning curve. There can be it's just okay, maybe that didn't work, or maybe that's absolutely amazing, so we'll do that again. So yeah, I don't think we can ever say a launch truly fails, because there is always something that you can take away from it. So
Yeah,
yeah, they're huge assets to you
absolutely.
and to your audience as well. A huge asset to your audience as well.
Totally. And I will tell you now, I've had launches that have made zero. I have made absolutely a fat zero. I have done that, and this is partly my area of expertise. But what I realized after I picked myself off and picked myself up again and licked my wounds and felt sorry for myself, I probably took away more from the failed launches than the ones that have done really, really well, because it's really taught me to understand what it is I need to do correctly in the future. If you have a launch, that first ever launch, and it's absolutely brilliant, sometimes the next time around it might not go as well, and it's harder to work out why it's not gone as well. When we can see the mistakes and the things that haven't worked up front, it's much easier to set yourself up for success, because you get such a bigger insight and you'll know what to look out for on the next one. So we're not going to see anything throughout this period, regardless of whatever financial bottom line you end up taking, as something that is going wrong. This is very much about learning, evaluating, and taking that time to really see what is going on, because it's more than just your audience, it's more than just the sales, it's so much valuable. But it's a great opportunity, isn't it, to get more, get super focused on our content, grow that visibility, and get, like you say, have lovely conversations with new people.
That's it. And yeah, and learn more exactly how you can serve people more as well, because the more conversations you get into, the more you learn about your ideal client and what it is they exactly do struggle with, what they need help with. And so the more you can then hone down on your services to make sure that you are helping them in every possible way you can. So yeah, grasp that chance to be more visible in every possible way you can. And yeah, just get out there and do it. Absolutely. And yeah, say with consistently as well. Be consistent. I think we said on the previous video, people are online, they're on different platforms, on different days, on different times and days. So there is no way that people are seeing too much of you. Absolutely no way. And absolutely, if you're not even driving yourself crazy yet with how much content you're putting out there, there's definitely no way you're driving other people crazy. So yeah, just get out there as much as you can everywhere, and just be visible. It's all about just showing up, but yes, showing up strategically as well. I should say that as well. So not just random, but still part of that planning. Showing up strategically as well. Have that plan behind where you're showing up and when you're showing up, and making sure it's consistent. And then yeah, you want to make sure, so part of the strategy, you want to make sure that your messaging is clear all the way through, all your visibility. Keep that messaging clear, keep your content calendar ready. I'm sure Naomi is going to go through all of that with you. And keep all of your resources prepped as well. Again, with the lead magnets, the free resources that we mentioned in the previous video, make sure you always have those to hand to share with people as well. Repurpose, reuse, and repeat, because there's no, I think Naomi said it before, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. So you don't need to exhaust yourself with thinking up different things all the time. You can just reword, repurpose, and that's absolutely fine. Plus you want to be mixing your values with your promotions as well. So you're not just constantly selling at people all the time. You want to put a bit of you in there, your values, what it is you stand for. So again, people can warm to you and like you and want more from you. If it's not managed, if you don't think about your content and your visibility, if you are sitting there thinking like, what the hell am I going to be posting today? It's basically, it's where your burnout's going to start kicking in, and you're going to start feeling drained, and that buzz we spoke about previously is going to start dying down. So you want to make sure that you stay visible, you keep all the hype going. You're in the flow of things. Your audience feels like they can connect with you because of your content that you're putting out there, because they're seeing you all the time. They're starting to grow that connection with you. You're energizing them, and you're making them feel like what you're saying is speaking just to them, like they're the only person in the room. Because visibility, it basically, it creates trust. It's that know, like, trust factor. The consistency builds momentum, and that together, the visibility, the trust, the momentum, that is what is going to make your launch unstoppable, basically.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. Totally agree. So content and visibility, right? It feels like we say it can be a lot. And I think Carol broke it down really, really well. When it comes to your content planning, consistency is key. Be in the places your ideal clients are going to be. So if they aren't on Facebook, don't do that. You don't need to. Focus your energies in the right places they're absolutely going to be. The kind of content you're going to need, and you can do this in different formats. So for instance, I use Instagram as one of my main channels, but I would do a live, I would do a reel, I would do a story, I would do different formats, but repeat, reuse, and rinse. That's our message here. We want to say the same things over and over again. Take big brands, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. They don't change their message. They sell one product. It's all the same thing. They have talked about their products for however many years, and we don't get sick of hearing about it. So do not for one moment think you're going to annoy and people are going to get bored of hearing what you're hearing. They won't. It will help them start to take notice, because it takes that long for people really to see what's going on in terms of your content. when it comes to planning out your content, you have to think about how your people are feeling, how the people that are going to likely to buy from you are really feeling. So we're going to build content that speaks to their emotions, that speaks to their actions, and speaks to their behaviors in their words. We're going to put ourselves in their shoes. So we want a good balance of content throughout that, because we all have 5 different stages of buying. It's called the emotional stages of buying. It starts with first recognition, which is recognizing we've got a problem. Until we know we've got a problem, we don't know what it is, which is why we speak to symptoms first. We want to really say what those symptoms are. We don't go to the doctors with a knee pain and know what the answer is. We go because our knee hurts, and we go and get a solution. So people recognize symptoms, not problems. So they start there. So that pre-launch buzz bit is all about recognizing the problem they have. So you're either taking people away from pain or taking them towards desire. What is it that they really need? What is it that they don't have in the life that they want? And helping them understand how you, as in you, your business, your services, your products, whatever it is you sell, can make their lives better. We focus on that transformation, not the features. We're looking at how people are going to get outcomes and results. They don't care about the detail. They care about how they're going to feel and what's going to happen at the end. That's what we're talking about. The second stage is really thinking about the information search. So this is the bit where people go through thinking, right, I've now know I've got a problem. Like, go back to the knee example, we probably go to Google first, right? And then it'll tell you to call 999 and your leg's going to fall off. But that's where we start. And then we realize that actually really we need to go to a doctor, because that's a process we go through. It's what we all do. And we recognize that in our own behaviors, whether we're buying something or whether we've got a problem. So at that point in the info search, you are going to start, as Carol says, dropping in information that shows you are the expert in this field, that they need to be coming to you because you get them. And that's where the stories about us, about the transformations that we can create, really help. And those little nuggets of advice that are really relatable, the actions and the behaviors, again, talking to that. That third stage in your content plan is all about evaluating alternatives. They will naturally, like we said, like we know we probably got to go to a doctor, we will Google, we will then go on to AI probably and figure out whether we need our leg cutting off or not. They're the kind of things we do. We look at what the best solution is. Can we get anything better out there? Is there something that's more suitable for me? At that point in your content, you are making sure that people have all the answers to their questions, that they know there is no other option but you, because you're the only one that understands them directly. So your content speaks to all of those things that they're going to wonder about, all of the things that are keeping them up at night. So we're making sure we're really addressing what people are thinking. And then the fourth and fifth stage is all about the purchase and the post-purchase. What your content needs to take them is from knowing that they have a problem to knowing that they need the solution from you right now. Make your offers, and what you're having to offer throughout this whole phase, even the pre-launch stuff where you're putting freebies out there, a no-brainer. They will be stupid to miss out on getting this for you. That's how we want people to feel. We don't want to make them feel stupid, but what I mean is they need to know that if they don't do this, they're not going to get the solutions to their problems and they're not going to get those outcomes. So that's how your content strategy should work. And then the post-purchase is a bit afterwards. We don't want people to get buyer's remorse. So our content has to really celebrate what they're doing and really make them feel good and confident about their decision. So that is the journey our content takes them on. Now, I know that sounds a little bit lengthy, but the good news is it's really easy to break down, because we're going to be telling them what it is in it for them. What are the outcomes they're going to get? Sharing what we call the social proof, not just testimonials from people that have worked with you or got results from you, but we want to show those transformations in people like them, not just you, but actually show exactly how people have achieved the results they have. Show that evidence, because people need to know you get them, they feel like they'll belong, and they can see themselves being able to achieve it. Now, one of the biggest reasons that people don't buy, and this is what we miss in our content, is people don't buy, not because your product isn't good, but because it's their own self-belief. They don't believe they're going to achieve the results. Like they're not going to the doctor because they don't believe the doctor's going to fix their knee problem. We don't do that because we don't have the self-belief in ourselves of being able to solve that problem. And it needs to be attainable. If they don't believe it's possible, they aren't going to buy it. For people like them, it's not that your product isn't believable, it's they don't believe someone like them can do that. And we need to take them on that journey, again, the horrible J word, throughout our content to show for people like them, they can absolutely do that. So we need to tell those stories. We need to use that social proof. And we need to tell them, like Carol says, baked bean style, do what it says on the tin, exactly what they're going to get, how it's relatable, and how it's actionable. All our content needs a clear call to action. So everything we do needs to be clear. And this will really help you when it comes to that visibility. So make sure you're on those right channels. Make sure you're taking people through that really clear and easy journey, and making sure that you know what they've got to do with your content afterwards. Where do you need them to sign up? Make your life easy at this stage. And like Carol says, repeat, rinse, repeat, reuse. Do that in your emails, on your website, in your socials, blogs, everything. Say the same things in different ways, because that really helps build that trust, reliability, and reputation. And the great thing is, with repetition, we're not having to reinvent the wheel the whole time. We keep being able to say the same thing and keep building on that. And also, create yourself some scripts for those personal outreach. Make it a little bit easier for yourself. Template stuff up using the same wording throughout, so that if you send a message personally, voice note, DM, whatever that might be, people will then see that content on your channels as well, and then know you're being consistent and you're talking about the same thing. If you don't do this, now it might seem an awful lot, but this really helps people go through a buying journey. People don't buy instantly. Sometimes they take time. If they already know, like, and trust you, they will buy quicker probably, because they know what they're going to get from you. If they're new in the world, they might take more convincing. So we really want to take them on that. If you don't think about these little bits of stages, your posts and your content will get ignored. That is the truth. It won't get the attention. You won't get interest, and people won't see why they need your product right here, right now on your launch. And that's what we want to do. We want to change that mindset of making sure that they do buy and invest in what you have to offer. But when you do all of this, when you are actually getting into that mindset and understanding what stages they are and how you can really build that, it will make it so much easier to sell. You will make more sales. People will understand how to kind of work with you, know what they're getting, feel like they trust you, and be able to buy from you with confidence. And the great thing is, you'll have people ready to buy before you actually launch, because they're already hyped up, they're already buying into what you're talking about. And what is absolutely wonderful is that you will have lots of really great people that can give you great testimonials after you've done this course as well, or whatever it is that you're selling, because that's what we're building. We're building that know, like, and trust. So hopefully that's not been too overwhelming and confusing, but this is what really helps build that content strategy and content plan, so you get in front of the right people. Okay, let's break it down into some simple tips. Hey, Carol.
Okay. Yeah, it is basically, as I mentioned in mine, the bottom line is visibility builds trust and consistency builds momentum. Make sure you have those two in place throughout the whole of your launch. And as Naomi said about social proof, make sure you're gathering any comments that people make on any of your posts, not just about the launch product itself at the end, but throughout the entire launch, any little comments that you can grab as snippets to go on your socials to, again, make somebody go, oh, that's talking about me. And if that person is buying that product and it's suiting them and it's helping them, then it's going to suit me as well. So yeah, visibility, consistency, make sure you're grabbing social proof all the way through to share with others, and make sure they can then feel what you're selling is relatable to them as well.
Amazing. And I am actually going to totally agree with those 3 tips. I'm not going to give you any more, because that is absolutely right. And screenshots, they are brilliant for social proof, because that's pure evidence. So you don't need to turn them into a fancy graphic. Just grab them and make sure that you can use them. So yes, I hope that's been helpful. There is quite a lot when it comes to content, but this will make sales easier. The content is the glue that brings together those goals that Carol talked about of what you're looking to achieve and the bit where we make the money at the end of it. So that's what we want to do to make sure that we're making our lives easier in the long run. Okay, we are going to be back again with another video. We'll be on to video number 4 in this 5-part series. And this is getting into the actual launch event itself. We are going to be talking about how to make sure we get that launch nailed. As usual, there are resources in the description section, so go check those out. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comment section below, and we'll be back with video number 4 on launching.